it's Casey with Russo Resells. Welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome to one of my What Sold videos. When we left off, we actually left off yesterday, Monday, November 17th, and I had 4 sales after that. And then this morning, I had a bundle of 2 items sell on Poshmark. So we're going to do something a little bit different today. It was very loud in my house this morning, so I decided to go ahead and package up the orders. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a screenshot of each of the items that sold and what we're going to talk about today. It is now about 10:20 in the morning, Tuesday, November 18th, and after this, I am actually going to run and play tennis and then go to my dad's house. For those of you new here, he is my photographer. And since we have a little dysfunction in our house, and not a bad thing, it's been really loud, and my father-in-law is unfortunately sick, so he is using this bed in this room, and I want to make sure to give him that as much as possible. So I'm going to use my dad's photography setup today to do about 40 to 50 items. So that is going to take a long time, but yesterday I had a goal to photograph about 40 items and it did not happen because of all the chaos. So that is what I'm going to focus on today. Anyways, enough chatting. Let's go ahead and get into the sales. To start us off, we had this first sale. It is this pair of cloth and stone capri, like kind of really mossy green, 100% linen pants. And I had these listed on Poshmark for $25 and a buyer offered me $15. And because we are going out of the season of linen, I decided to go ahead and accept that. My fees to Poshmark were $3 and I left with $12. I believe I got these at my local Savers for about $8, so only making $4, not really exactly what I'm looking for, but happy to go ahead and flip them out of their season. So the next pair, or the next sale that I had, are a pair of shoes, and they're right next to me, so I will show you. I actually have to go downstairs in our garage and package them up. So I had these Coach, like pebbled black loafers sell, and I did show these in one of my thrift hauls that I went to my Salvation Army for. I bought them for $4.99 because they thought they were kids' shoes. And as you can tell, they are in immaculate condition. So I did pick those up, and on Mercari, I had them listed, I want to say for $49.99 plus free ship. And on my Mercari, I have it set to drop the price every couple days. And the price was finally dropped to $39 plus free ship, and a buyer came in and paid full price. It cost me $9.13 to ship. I do use Pirate Ship to go ahead and ship out my free shipping items on Mercari. So I did do that, and then my fees to Mercari were $3.90, and I turned $5 into $25.97. I have always had really great luck with Coach, and that is the only thing left in my store that's Coach, so I definitely have to keep my eyes peeled for that more often. Now, I did have another pair of shoes sell on eBay, and they are these Nisolo. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that, but these I actually also got at that Salvation Army for $7.99. They're these beautiful leather upper braided kind of slip-on shoes. And they are in also great condition. And I had these priced on eBay for $49.99 plus $10 ship. I actually had a watcher on them last night, so I sent them a 22% off offer, which they did accept. That left them to pay $38.98 plus $10 ship. It cost me $11.85 to ship. I did have this item promoted, so those fees were $2.45. My fees to eBay were $7.43, and I turned $7.99 into $27.25. So making a profit on both of those shoes of $20, which is unbelievable. I was going to say unacceptable, which is unbelievable. So great. Very happy with that. And I wanted to mention with these Nisolo shoes, they actually were purchased by a out of country buyer, and I had to put in a tariff code. So definitely let me know in the comments if you have experienced this. I just typed into Google, what is a tariff code? How do I find these, etc., etc. And it basically prompted me to put in a specific number for these shoes. So definitely something to think about when you do have your settings for shipping on eBay. I just have the standard settings, so I'm not sure exactly why I had to do that. Usually eBay just inputs the tariff code, but just something to keep in mind when you are shipping items out on eBay. Now, the last item to sell yesterday is very exciting. It is this Brunello Cucinelli 100% cotton orange polo, and I actually found this at a American Cancer Society research thrift shop. Wow, that was a mouthful. Down in Newport Beach. My husband and I were having lunch one day, and it's right next door, so I popped in. I did purchase this for $25, and I know that's expensive, but Brunello Cucinelli actually resells very well. So I listed this on Poshmark for $100, and within an hour, I want to say, I received a $40 offer. And this buyer and I went back and forth and finally settled on $52, which I know is almost half of my asking price, but I love a fast flip. So I did decide to go ahead and take that. My fees to Poshmark were $10.40, and I made a profit of $41.60. And I know that might not be a lot to you guys, but that's just what works in my business, and I encourage you to do what works best for your business also. Now, we had 2 items sell in a bundle this morning, and the first item is this We The Free. It's kind of a mustard yellow and ivory striped top, and they bundled it with these Spanx like skinny dark wash jegging legging jeans, and I believe I just got these and showed them in one of my most recent thrift hauls. I probably have about $10 into both of these, so $2.99 for the mustard top and about $8 into the leggings probably. So I had this bundle priced at $50, and the buyer offered me $31, which I did accept. My fees were $6.20 to Poshmark, which left me with a total profit of $24.80. I tend to give bigger discounts on bundles, so I am very happy nonetheless to get multiple items out of my closet. Anyways, those are all the sales thus far. I hope to get back to you guys within tomorrow or the next day to show you more sales. I hope you guys are having great sales yourselves, and until then. Hey y'all, it is now Thursday, November 20th, and today I have a very packed day. So right now we're going to go into the rest of the sales that sold on Tuesday, November 18th. And then when I get back from tennis and after my hair appointment, we will go through yesterday's sales and all of this morning's sales. And hopefully I get a few more while I'm out and about. So the rest of the sales for Tuesday, the first one is this Brooks. That is the emblem right there. I'll go ahead and show you the tag in a minute. It's like a racer back, multicolored geometric print sports bra. There is the tag, and this actually is coming out of my own closet. I think I bought this on Whatnot like a couple years ago, and I just never reached for it. So I went ahead and listed it on eBay for $15.56 plus $5 ship. Don't know how I got that number. I was almost positive that they paid with my 15% off coupon, but it didn't show up, so Weird number, nonetheless, that's what it sold for. It cost me $5.24 to ship. I did have it promoted, so those fees were $1.08. My fees to eBay were $3.15, and I turned a product that I'm no longer going to use into $11.09. Shopping my and my husband's closet is definitely something I love to do, so you can definitely tell in all my videos. Usually I have one of our items selling. Now, the next item to sell is another bra. It is this beautiful lace Natori bra. I just thought this was absolutely gorgeous and in perfect condition. We'll go ahead and show you the tag right there. And this is a really great intimates brand, so I make sure to pick it up when it is in good condition. And I believe I paid about $4 for that at my local Savers. I posted this on eBay for $24.99 plus $5 ship. A buyer offered me $14.50 plus $5 ship, which I did accept. It cost me $4.80 to ship. My fees to eBay were $3.08, and I doubled my money. I made a profit of $11.62, so very happy with that. And now I am remembering that I actually accepted an offer on that Brooks bra, so that is why the numbers were so odd. It's been a couple days and it's hard to remember back that far, so now it's finally starting to come to me. Now, the last item to sell is by American Tall, and as you can see, it has a giraffe on the label. And I actually picked up 2 pieces this sourcing day of American Tall, my first time ever finding it, and I wanted to experiment with it. And it is made for, obviously, big and tall guys. This is a 2XL tall, and it is just this forest green, really pretty hoodie, and I actually absolutely love this, so I hope that the buyer does too. And thought I saw a stain there, but it was just a shadow. I had that listed on eBay very reasonably for $34.99 plus $10 ship. A buyer came in and offered me $25 plus $10 ship, which I did accept. It cost me $9.31 to ship. My fees to eBay were $5.07, and I made a profit of $20.62, and I paid about $8 for that. So those are the last sales for Tuesday the 18th, and I will be back in a little bit to show you what sold yesterday and today. I am back from tennis and getting my hair done, as you can see, and we're going to go ahead and look at yesterday's and today's sales, and off camera after I'm going to go ahead and package them up. So the first item to sell yesterday is this lot of 2 Crest Gum Detoxify toothpaste. For those of you new here, I get all of my toothpaste for free couponing. So free items, I posted them on eBay for $14.99 plus free ship. A buyer came in and paid full price. It cost me $7.45 to ship. I did have them promoted, so those fees were 79 cents. My fees to eBay were $2.42, which left me with a total profit of $4.33. Very happy with that, and it goes right back into my couponing fund. Now, the next item to sell is quite exciting. It is this Patagonia, and I know that Patagonia has definitely declined since I first started reselling, but I still like picking it up. And it is just this really nice green color block better sweater. I absolutely love these colors. It is in a size large, and I had this listed for $80 on Poshmark, and I received an offer of $50. That is the lowest that I was going to accept, so I did go ahead and accept because I don't want to hold on to it forever. So my fees to Poshmark were $10, and I made $40. I paid about $30 for that at a buy-sell trade, but that's totally fine, a $10 profit, and it boosts me in the algorithm. That's really all I care about overall, is just how the algorithm sees my store. Now, the next item to sell is also very exciting. I do need to lint roll it, but it is this J. Crew. It is a vintage J. Crew, and it is new with tags. It is this beautiful hot pink 100% linen A-line midi skirt. I absolutely love it. I think it is incredible. It is just going to be so comfy for someone. And since we are going out of season, I did go ahead and accept an offer. I had it listed on eBay for $44.99 plus $10 ship, and a buyer offered me $30 plus $10 ship, which I did accept. It cost me $5.86 to ship. My fees to eBay were $5.48, and my profit was $28.66. And I got that at my local Savers. They actually didn't have it marked up, which is kind of crazy. I think it was marked at either $10 to $12, so I paid anywhere from $8 to $10 for that item. Those are the 3 items to sell yesterday, and now we're going into what sold today. So the first item to sell are these pair of Judy Blue. They are new with the tags. They are the, let's see, it says mid-rise on them. Oh, the Skinny Fit mid-rise jeans, and they are a size 15 to 32. As you can see, they are, like I said, new with tags, and they have like this raw hem detail to them. I love picking up Judy Blue. They are definitely just a tried and true. I forgot where I got these, to be honest, but I have no more than $10 into them. And I had them priced on eBay for $49.99 plus $10 ship. A buyer offered me $30 plus $10 ship, which I did accept. It cost me exactly $10 to ship. My fees to eBay were $5.71, and I walked away with $24.29. Very happy with that. And I do want to mention, I apologize for the lighting in this video. I do use a natural light, and unfortunately over the past week we've had a lot of rain in Southern California. So the sun is gone and it is a little dark in here, and my items aren't showing up so great on the screen, but I do apologize in advance and hope that the sun will come out soon. So, as I say, when we are literally going to have 2 days of rain, but you know, one can hope for the best. Now, the next item to sell this morning is by Eileen West. This is also new with tags, and it is this beautiful, like, lavender floral sleep dress. Very, very darling. I just absolutely love this, and sleep dresses in this brand do very, very well. And I got that at a $2.99 Salvation Army sale. I had that priced on Poshmark for $35. Excuse me, that was a little weird. And I had a buyer offer me $25, which I did accept. My fees to Poshmark were $5, which left me with a total profit of $20. Now, it is only 3 o'clock today, so I do hope to get more sales, but the last one I am going to show you is quite a stunner. It is gorgeous. It is by Tory Burch Sport, and it is this beautiful brown and I want to say creamish white argyle print sweater. It is absolutely incredible, not a flaw in sight. And I got this at the same store that I got that Brunello Cucinelli polo that I showed earlier. I want to say a day or two ago, or maybe a few days ago. I got this at the American Cancer Society Institute. They, basically have a thrift shop to help raise money to go to cancer research, which is incredible. That is what my mom passed away from. So anytime I am down in that area and I get to go in there and shop around, I do. And I got this sweater for about $45, which seems like a lot, but it is such a beautiful piece, and I wanted to give it a better home and maybe make $10 to $20, which is exactly what I did. I had this listed on Poshmark for $100. A buyer offered me $75, which I thought was very reasonable. My fees to Poshmark were $15, and I walked away with $60. So that's great. I made a $15 profit. Not the biggest profit, But I love filling my closet with these substantial pieces because they are just so beautiful and they definitely elevate my closet. And I don't know if I mentioned, but that is 100% merino wool. So right in time for the season, definitely going to keep someone very cozy and stylish for this holiday winter season. Okay, so those are all of my sales. I hope you guys are having fantastic sales yourself. And definitely let me know down in the comments how your weather has been. Ours was definitely sporadic. I want to say last week we had 4 days of rain and then we had 2 days of clear skies and we are back to rain for the next 2 days. So very, very interesting, but I'm very happy to get rain, especially in Southern California. I actually Googled and it said that we only get about 30 to 45 days of rain a year, which is crazy. That's a month out of the entire year. I'm not complaining, but we definitely need more rain. So very happy with that. Anyways, enough of the rant. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. And until next time, my friends, bye.